What's good, people? It's D7. How you doing? Just want to say, first of all, a big shout out to FileunderHipHop.com for the interview, for reaching out, and yeah, man, for showing me love. So I appreciate that. Thank you. So I'm D7. My name is D7, and I am from South London, Brixton. Yeah, that's where I'm from. The meaning behind the name D7 is basically, it's self-titled on my new project, Dimension 7. So the D is dimension, and the 7 is, as anyone knows, like numerology, 7 is a number of perfection. So basically the dimensions and different levels of where I'm at spiritually, in my mind, lyrically, you know, there's like 1, 2, 3 dimensions. I'm on like 5, 6, 7, yeah. And the number is for 7 is perfection. So it's like, you know, I strive for perfection, but I've got different layers to me, different dimensions to who I am as a person. I grew up in church all my life. I grew up in church as a baby. I was my uncles were the musicians in the church. My grandma and granddad was the pastors, so they were the musicians. I remember being in my nappy, just watching them, like just playing, sweat pouring off their heads, playing their drums. And then obviously when I'd go back home, I'd spend so much time with them, and they're all practicing in the house. And just growing up around that type of energy, I just fell in love with making music. I just fell in love with music itself, the sounds, different instruments, and all the different percussions coming together and stuff, and working together and making a sound. And yeah, so I was influenced by the church. So yeah, thanks to the Most High for that experience. My first project I released, I can say, was Open Your Eyes. I can't remember how long ago it was. It was Open Your Eyes. I even done an instrumental tape for it. It's probably like 2010 or something like that. Yeah, and then I released another project called 9 till 5, which was more of like a gospel type, that type of focus. Also, D7, also a part of Solomon and D7. So I released Hard Work Pays Off, which I self-produced, and I also released a project called More Work Pays Off with Michael Parkinson and production with Solomon, and done a couple mixtapes, The Adventures, Remnant Chamber Music, loads of music, and yeah, Dimension 7, Volume 1, and now Volume 2. What inspired me to make beats was watching, obviously, my uncles playing instruments, but I used to like basically steal my uncle's hip-hop tapes back in the day when we used to listen to TDK tapes. Yeah, remember them ones with the tape used to pop and you'd have to get the sellotape and wrap it around? Yeah, some people don't know about that. I'm showing my age right now. Yeah, so that is where I was influenced. So the first joint I listened to was Brand Nubian, Punks Jump Up to Get Beat. Up to this day, my uncle does not know who stole that CD. That tape. It was me, uncle, so I'm sorry. Yeah, and yeah, so that's what influences me, man. That's what influenced me. Jay Dilla obviously helped me to really take hip hop to another level, the way he samples and stuff. So I bought an MPC 2500, and the rest is history. Wow, I've worked with loads of artists. I've worked with, let me start, I've worked with obviously Solomon, I've worked with Trademark Blood, I've worked with Air Clips, I've worked with Donny Numeric, I've worked with Michael Parkinson, I've also worked with Ed O.G., which I actually produced for the track for him to jump on, which was dope. I've also, who else I've worked with? Loads of people. Some guys up from Birmingham, Alex's, Big Ribs, the Femi from Royal Priesthood. I've worked with Dispersed Knowledge. I've also worked with Shazaya. She sings a lot of the hooks. My sister Shazaya, she's amazing. List goes on. Anyone that I've forgotten, I do apologize, but I have worked with tons of artists. Yeah, it's fun. Okay, so the follow-up from Dimension Volume 1 to Volume 2. So the first one was basically a more of where I was in a really low place, a lot of pain, and you know, I don't want to go into my life. If you listen to my music, you find out what was going on, but there's a lot of pain, a lot of you know, understanding what I was going through, and music is my therapy, and I put it out there basically to help myself. The follow-up now, which obviously I've moved on, I want to show the growth of me moving on from my pain. So I'm no longer like stuck in that mindset or that emotion. So the Dimension 7 was me basically saying that's over, you know. So I want to talk about love, I want to talk about some things I see in the streets. My mind is not occupied with my pain anymore, I'm free. And I'm talking about some of my pain, but I'm also talking about how to get out of it and how I got out of it, to inspire the people that you don't need to stay there in your situation that's dead. You can come out of that, you can get yourself out of that and have a positive aspect and outview and overlook on life. Yeah. The most memorable shows I've shared, a lot of UK and US artists, yeah, the most memorable shows, it's got to be RIP to my man Rich Quick. I was on the tour with Rich Quick, which was amazing. That was fantastic. I've shared the stages with the likes of Eclipse, the UK artists here, Trademark Blood, obviously Solomon, Michael Parkinson, Joker Star. I've shared any British guys. I've shared so many. Donny Numeric, I've shared the stage with him. No, big up Donny Numeric, man. And the American artists, actually no, sorry, let's keep going on. It's coming back to me. Kalashnikov, Lunacy, Chester P, Skinny Man, yeah, Genesis Elijah, I can't forget Big Jenny, do you know what I mean? So yeah, loads of artists. So the Americans, for me, I shared the stage with Bronze Nazareth, obviously Rich Quick, rest in peace, my brother. And the one that stood out the most was Dead Prez. Dead Prez was sick, and that's it really. That was just history. If he was there, he was there. So it was amazing. Alright, where to find out this latest release, Dimension 7 Volume 2, is you type in D7 Music, not with an S, with a Z, yes, so that's D7MUZIC, yeah, bandcamp.com, type that in, and then you'll see my music come up. You can go and download it, free, share it, whatever. Yeah, so that's where you need to go to get that. To get a video I got out, which is exclusively recorded with FEROMedia, who I am currently signed to right now, that I'm working with. You can see the gear, so big up Fero for putting me on. For FEROrecords.com, type in D7 The Pain, you'll see a tune I've done with Eclipse. It was all shot by FEROmedia, so big up FEROmedia for putting me on and the visuals. Yeah. If you want to get in touch with me on all my social medias, just hit up that spot there. Yeah? Alright, there we go. Peace. What's next? A lot of things. So as you know, I'm rocking it with Fero. You see that the fitteds, you can get these fitteds and these tops as well. Support the movement. It's the label. It's also a media, and they do a lot of work behind the scenes to get in D7 to get to where I need to get to. So once again, thankful to them. So yeah, what's next for me? So I'm currently working with Michael Parkinson at the moment on EP, solo EP. I've got another EP with Solomon coming out. There's no dates for that. It's in the middle of getting mastered. I've got another EP working with a guy called T Customs. So yeah, so I've got a couple projects coming out, and I think I'm going to start venturing into different types of genres of music, you know. So I'm going to try and be a bit more creative in different areas. But yeah, that's what's happening. So we got 3 EPs coming out after this. So I just want to say, yeah, big shout out to FileunderHipHop for putting me on for this interview, for even taking the time out to reach out. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. God bless. Enjoy the music. Yeah. Peace.